For people, I just started recording. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to session 5. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? So let's continue. I assume all of you have Android Studio opened, real device connected, emulator open, and you have all jollies with ADB devices command. Are you guys okay? You guys ready? Team leaders, you're gonna somebody from a team leaders, you guys are here to just back me up a little bit with these command lines that you're gonna be giving to people. You have my presentation, you have my document. All right, very good. Well, seem like everybody, a couple more people showed up with the request to troubleshoot. I need you guys to one of the persons said that team leaders weren't able to help her. I'll help her tomorrow. She contacted me too late. I was really busy during the day with my class and then had to do the project. And the other person seemed like didn't watch the either videos or didn't do the homework. Anyway, that second person who contacted me, you know who you are. Please ask your questions first in the chat room. This is how it works, and majority of people would be able to help you because you guys are doing extremely well. Okay. So last session, we connected our devices, right? We learned how to get the bug reports from the emulator. And previously, in the previous session, we were trying to get the bug report from your device, right? It's still there, I assume. So for people who are just joining us, again, I'm gonna show you how to do the path on Windows. So basically, we are copying this path where our platform, where our ADB is residing. We do CD platform, copy and paste, right? And then we add platform tools. So basically, from this pretty much spot, you're gonna have the path set to platform tools. Could I use real device for today's session? My emulator is offline. Gulnara, you have to recreate the emulator because emulators, usually we do not have problems with the emulator. Or probably you need to update the Android Studio, or sometimes emulators get corrupted. It's a software. So you can delete your emulator and try to create a new one. So it's one of the troubleshooting tips. ADB devices minus L is going to give us the list of the devices. This is my real device that is listed as a serial number, okay? And I have the emulator 5554. It is default port and also corresponding serial number, emulator-5554. Any questions so far before we start the session? I can dedicate a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. For some reason, your emulator takes the majority of your disk space. So, yeah, just delete it and open it when you need to. Anton was asking the question that he always needs to create a new emulator. Elvina, I can't get to that window. That window, what window? Please give me information. You mean the emulator? Emulator window. It's located in here, okay? This is a little droid in the phone, okay? And give me more information, what window you cannot get. Oleg is asking, I wasn't able to install application United to the real device. Well, two problems could occur on your particular screen or Android Studio. First and most, Oleg, talk to me, is it Windows or Mac? If it's Windows, you have to be in a platform tools, okay? Second condition is you have to point the exact location of your APK, okay? And you have to put the exact name of your application. So I do not see your screen. I don't know what's in there, and I do not know where your APK is located. If you give me this information, I will be able to help you. Okay. So basically, Vlad is asking, could you please explain shortly one more time about commands if we want to use a shell? You're asking two questions, okay? Well, first of all, if you have two, these commands are similar. Yes, absolutely. It is your shell commands. Yes. If you have two devices, you can use -d for device, for your real device, -e for your emulator. Or you can use a serial number. For example, ADB -d shell, okay, or ADB -e0001 shell, okay, and shell is stuff that let us go into command line or device emulator. Well, it is a kind of the double meaning of the shell, Anton. It is because we call shell the lower level of the Android architecture as well. Shell could be your terminal, okay? Yeah, and your ADB is not going to work in shell, okay? You just have to type pure Linux, okay? So, anyway, guys, hold on just 1 second. I need to kind of continue explaining it to Vlad, okay? So, for example, if you have, Vlad and everybody else, if you have, for example, two devices, okay? Two real devices, and you have one emulator, okay? This is just in front of you. Just open this, the Skype that Vlad posted. So you should be able to separate your real devices only by serial number. And because you have one emulator, it could be used -c. So if you want to use the real device number one, your command line is going to be ADB -s 0001 shell, or ADB -s002 shell, okay? And if you have only one emulator, you can do ADB -e shell, okay? In the last instance, you have two real devices, 001, 0002, and you have two emulators, 5554 and 5556. So all these devices could be separated in a command line only by serial number. Okay, -e is not going to work for emulator because it's more than one emulator. -d is not going to work for real device because it's more than one real device. Is this clear? Because this is kind of the basic of the command. How do we know which one is one, which one is two? I don't know. It could be the different number, Vlad. You know, it's not something that I know what serial number your devices have. Because this is just for your practice. You know, I don't know. I have my own device, and of course it's not 0001. I'm just telling you that your devices are going to be different. If you want to see which device you are using, it is ADB devices -L, and it'll give you the information about the device that you want to use. Okay, so anyway, this is something that you just have to get used to it. And for example, I have in here my device is for EAA F270, and if I have the second device attached, it's going to be different device. You're going to have the information, and then you'll have to just and yeah, absolutely. Anton is showing this is how it looks. This is two devices by a serial number. Anton, can you make this screenshot with the ADB minus L so everybody can see that the devices are going to be listed? Okay, just put this information in here. Okay, Anton? So it is ID and it is a serial number. Okay, so anyway, Martin is showing. No, I want specifically Anton because Anton is having two real devices. Okay, where to see the number? What is the number? It's the numbers right in front of you, serial number. Okay, it is something that is in front of you. Just look at the Anton's, like he has the device like 90 KBB18 so. Okay, this is the first device that attached. And Anton, did you put there? Hold on, just 1 second. Yes. Oh, see, you see, it's if you put like ADB devices minus L, it's gonna give you the complete information about the device that you want to use. So minus S and the serial number. Okay, I hope it's pretty clear. All right, let's move. Okay, so basically we installed the United Airline. We renamed it to Dog APK. Okay, but in here it's basically how it looks. Okay, com.united.mobile APK. So anybody had trouble installing this APK to your real device? Okay, if you did have a problem, this is the command line. ADB minus D install. It could be dog.apk to a real device, or if you're installing it on the emulator manually, it could be ADB minus E install. Anyway, if you had problems, Oleg, looks like you're having lots of problems, more than that. So basically, you guys have to show where the path for your APK is. If you're too lazy, to figure out, let me just fix a little bit the screen because otherwise I cannot work on my desktop. Like for example, this is I assume everybody renamed it to Dog APK, right? So you can go to properties and details. Okay, this is your path. Okay, folder path, and you can just copy it. Okay, so and right now on my device I specifically did not install it. Okay, so I have two devices, ADB minus D install, and I'm giving the location because mine is a little bit weird. Okay, hold on guys, just 1 second. I have too many things running at the same time. Let me just, it's things and it's not the correct thing. Okay, let me see one more time. I can just go to my, okay, just 1 second guys. D. All right, it's gonna be APK. Let me, okay, APK and dog APK. Okay, So I'm basically giving the location where my APK is being stored. Okay, ADB, install. Well, it's funny, last time I forgot to put install as well, I remember. Okay, so it's performing the streamed install. It's giving you the information that something is going on, and you guys can do the same thing. So the main thing is just you have to give the exact path. In Mac, it's going to be tilde if you saved it on the desktop / capital letter desktop / dog APK. Okay, and United is there. So now, what do you have to know? Because last time when we were installing, we kind of stopped in there. And okay, can you tell me please how to change location to ADB? Not at this time. Please contact our team leaders. We have done so many times this particular exercise, and I'm not gonna contribute any more time on this one. Okay, please, Alexander, I'm sorry, contact team leaders in the chat room. So what do I have to tell you guys? I have to give you a very, very important information. So once you installed APK, it does not exist anymore, okay? So because you already executed this particular file and it became your application. So but how would we work with our application if we cannot use .apk anymore? It does not exist. So there is a very smart way how these applications are being developed. And one of these ways to kind of take the information for the application is to get a package name. So once you install the application and executed APK file, then your application is becoming a package name. And this is very important because with any further command lines, you guys gonna be using a package name. So in this particular instance, we have to go to shell. I mean, we have to drop on the framework level, okay? This is what this command line do. So because I want to see the application on my real device, okay, I'm going to do adb -d shell. adb -d shell. So I am in shell. And in here, I want to put the command line, pm list packages. If you notice packages, I am not using ADB. ADB is not going to work in shell, right? We talked about it. PM list packages. Command line is going to give you every single application package name that is being installed on your device. Okay, so every single application that you are seeing now listed by a package name because somebody executed it to your device, and now the only way to get to these applications to use the PM package manager list packages. Okay, this is what we just did. Okay, but your phone may contain so many applications, but these applications are being stored somewhere. So -f, PM list packages -f is going to give you an exact location where this particular package is being stored. So it is stored in a package, okay, system, like system or data or whatever directory. So it's basically giving you the exact path. Do we have time to go through all these applications trying to find our application which is united? No, of course not. For this instance, we can use an extractor to extract the information about our package. And it's going to be grep command. Grep command usually goes with a pipe. Pipe is a left slash. Shift left slash will give you a pipe. And then grep. And we at least know that one of the words for our application is united, right? So we're just gonna use a keyword to find our application. So please extract information about the united. We are asking grep command, okay? United. And the package name for United Airlines is com.united.mobile.android. You see how different it is from your dog.apk, which doesn't exist anymore. So your application reference right now and from now on until you uninstall the application, you're going to be referring to your application by com.united.mobile.android. I want you to practice that. And also you can just basically grab any information about any application. For example, instead of United, I want to get a package information, calculator. Okay, I want to see what kind of a package name I have for the calculator. And for the calculator, I have com.oneplus.calculator. Okay. So, team leaders, are you posting the command lines? I do not see that you're posting the command lines that I ask you to give it to plus. Okay. So, and basically, even some of the applications, like for example, Facebook, right? Might have several packages. It depends what kind of a service. Okay, this is, for example, Katana or Orca. Okay, and they have their own application names. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, please follow. Or, for example, Amazon. Okay. So Amazon is going to have its own application on. And everything that you guys have on your screen, it is an application. And because it's an open source, you can pretty much manipulate. And then I'm going to show you how to manipulate. Okay? Is this clear? Okay? You can get any information. Yes, absolutely. So from your device. Now, since we are pretty much approaching the point where we are becoming a professionals, so because now we know how to work with the applications, sound. Are you guys having problem with the sound, or only Yuri having problem with the sound? I do not see any problems. You good? Please let me know if we're having any problems. You okay? Okay, so it's just an intermittent. So I told you guys to dedicate a whole page in your notes. How to exit, type exit. Yes, that's a very, very, common question. Exit will make you exit shell, and you're going to be back in a platform tools. So exit and press enter. Yes. So fun thing. Okay, let's do some fun things in here. So basically, the interviewer are gonna ask you, so how to collect logs? It's the same thing, Natalia. Exiting on Mac or exiting on the Windows is the same thing. Type exit. So an interviewer is going to ask you, so how did you collect logs? And first of all, you have to understand one simple thing. Your device is producing logs even when when you're not doing anything. Okay? And I will show you. I want to do adb-d logcat. And trust me, I have my device. I'm talking to you. I am typing. I'm not even touching my device. Okay? So, Control C, Ella, please Control C will stop this madness. Control C. Okay? This is showing that your device, even though you're not using it, it's alive. Okay? There are so many processes going on in your phone, even when you're not touching it. Okay? Another thing you have to understand, when you are running logs, okay? Anton, please do not, jump ahead. I will show everything, okay? Plus your command line is incorrect. All right? Thank you. So anyway, you have to understand, where if something is running on your device or when you're running the logs, it gets collected somewhere, okay? So it gets collected in a container. We call it buffer, okay? If, we want to clean up this container, we put the command line adb logcat -c. Of course, we need to adjust this command line. If you want to clean up buffer on your device, it's going to be adb-d logcat -c. I want you to also get this command line and remember it, memorize it, and make it a habit to run this particular command line before running any logcat, okay, to clean up. Otherwise, your logs gonna show a previous, data, and it's really hassle, for the developers. The logcat, is still very, very, big, and it does have a lot of data. Okay, so please do clean up buffer before running each logcat command. So the basics for logcat, this is what you just saw. I just typed adb-d logcat, and the logs are being separated into different levels. Okay, so when you just running the adb-d logcat, it's giving you information and logs about each possible level. Okay, so adb-d cleans previous data and logcat. No, absolutely not. adb-d logcat -c, Vlad. This is the cleaning. Okay, thank you, Vitaly. So it's not always necessary, and in majority of cases, it's not necessary to just run adb-d logcat. The most common command line that we are using is adb-d logcat *e. And in here, guys, there is a little mistake, because when we run these logs, we need to put the column in here. Okay, otherwise it's gonna be incorrect. So I want you to follow this modification, and from now on it's gonna be good in here. Okay, perfect. Now we're all set. I'm gonna save it. Okay, so let's try to run adb minus d logcat and collect error logs only. Okay, and I'm gonna show you. Actually, guys, you can always invoke the last command line using the up and down arrows, and in here I'm just gonna put the asterisk and E. So right now, every single log that does have arrows are going to be displayed in a log file. Let's try it. adb minus d logcat, look for syntaxes, asterisk column, capital E for Mac people. It doesn't really matter if you put capital or lowercase. Try it. So you can see it, and you also can see the logcat in here. Okay. It's a little bit complicated to collect data in here, and it's not always clean. And this is the terminal. Let's put Control C. Guys, I will give you this file. That's why I'm going to give you this file after the lesson. You will not see confirmation when your buffer is cleaned. It's only when something goes wrong you're gonna receive that the buffer is unable to be cleaned. Okay, so you do not receive any confirmation. Okay, if you don't, it means that you are perfectly fine. All right. Sometime, guys, this is what, how can I leave the shell? Okay, exit, type exit, Olga. So, sometime the Android student, some of you probably guys had this problem when you are cleaning the buffer, you get the error message, unable to clean. This is the bug in Android Studio. You just keep, repeating this command line and it's gonna be there, okay? Eventually, there is a small bug in there, okay? So, and of course, you can run logs for any level, and you can collect logs. So you're basically separating the log files. Okay, but the most common is errors, because these errors will, some for developers, seeing the errors in a log file will help them to debug. All right. So, okay, let's clean up the buffer. And it's always nice to collect logs, okay, in a specific directory in a text document. Okay. Hold on, guys. Logcat. Let's see. Okay, my buffer. Come on. You see, this is what I told you. I was just telling you about the bug in Android Studio, failed to clear the main log. I'm going to try one more time, and it went through. You see, right here. It was a good thing to show you. Okay? So, basically, in here, how to do it. We, again, clean up buffer. Now, look at this very carefully. This is, again, something is, for some reason, maybe when I was transferring, something didn't go through. Okay, hold on just a second. So, how to simultaneously collect logs and place it into the text file. The command line is the same. Then we do have space. Then we have a greater sign and no space. We're giving the name of the file and we're giving the name txt. Now, by default, it's gonna be saved in a platform tools where your ADB command is residing. I want to save it in CA online. I will just change just in case. Yeah, I have this file. Okay. And let's see. Do not forget to stop logs, Control C, and it's gonna look a little bit different this time. It's like when you're just running the error logs, it's all in front of you and it's, just collecting in the buffer and everything. But look at, let me just do it with you. Then we have this greater sign. And then I want to collect these logs in C, A, online, 3. This is my thing, txt. Okay. So let's try it. Do you see the blinking cursor? Yeah, absolutely. You can create any folder to collect logs, or you can just save it on a desktop. It's just the simple logic, right, Vitaly? If you do not have the folder, you cannot place it in the folder. Okay, it's going to give you error that the destination does not exist. Okay, if you can see, guys, that instead of just running the logs, you're having the blinking cursor. Okay, it is because this particular online 3txt is being collected in the directory C, A, and let's find this online txt. Okay, it is here. It's filling up. If you start pressing the file, you will see, okay, in the view, let's see, let me just sort by, let's just see like a list, okay? So, and details, we're going to do the details and we're going to find our file. It's online 3txt. Hold on, guys. And let's just see what we have in here. So I started my log at 6:34, which is about right. Okay. And it's been collecting the error logs ever since. Okay. If you, and if you can see, it's when I started, it was 0. It's just the Windows is not updating right away. So, but when I opened, it's just a different story. Okay. So we can stop, Control C. Okay. And here we have this log file that is being collected simultaneously for our system. Can log file be without errors? I do not understand the question. What is without errors? You collect, if you take a look at this document. So when you are running ADB minus dlogcat, all of these levels are being included. It has nothing to do with the, being with errors, or I maybe I didn't understand the question. So L means empty. Yes, if you don't stop it's pretty much gonna collect it for as long as you're gonna be running. Yeah, at some point you're gonna run out of, the buffer capacity is gonna stop because it's gonna be buffer overflow. But other than that, it's not gonna stop by itself if you still have some spaces or whatever it is on your disk. All right, so for path, just look on the screen. Okay, now we collected the log, and now we are coming to the most important part of this particular presentation, because, and everybody, I want you to clean up the buffer, including Natalia. Okay, I'm good. Are you guys set for the next task? So in here, it's very interesting. Your command line is gonna have 2 or maybe even 3 different parts. Okay, here I wanna just copy and paste this one. Okay, so not to confuse you. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Okay, so nothing changes in this part. You're basically invoking the command line that you just used, right? Collecting arrow logs from our real device. I would say collecting arrow level logs. Okay, probably less confusion. Not just arrow log, arrow level. It could be W in here, like warning logs, or it could be I, like information logs. You're just separating and dividing the device, the logs level, what exactly you wanna, grab from there. Okay, so same thing. You are going to collect it to a different file, okay? Otherwise, that previous file is gonna be overwritten. Nothing is gonna happen, okay? Just gonna be overwritten. And then we are using the separation, okay? Again, we have pipe. Pipe is where it helps us to pinpoint and extract, just like grep command, okay, was helping us to extract the package information. In this case, we don't need a package information. We already have it, okay? So, and it just the command find string is the command line that is going to help us to collect logs from your application. Okay, so basically in here we're collecting logs from the application. Home United Mobile Android is a package information. All right, and everything else we're just collecting it, and we are going to start. So what I want you to do while you guys are team leaders, where are you? Just thank you so much. This is the second command line. I want the first one because they'll get confused, Vitaly. Okay, they'll get confused. I need find string, okay, instead of the ADB shell, because I have a reason to do that. Okay, so anyway, find str. Thank you so much. All right, so let's try it, and I want you to start working on the application. Open application on your device before hitting this particular command line, because find string is, it's not going to collect any information if you're not working on the application. Now, for some people, especially for some Mac people, this command line is not going to work. I just want to make sure you put the good syntaxes and correct syntaxes, okay? But if this particular command line is not working, Vitaly, can you please one more time put the command line adb -d shell grep for the same? You just did it at 6:44, okay? In the previous one when I said to put. So thank you. So thank you, Ola. Anyway, for people who has a problem with a fine string, you go to the second command line and it's going to do pretty much the same, okay? adb -d shell grep.com United Mobile Android. This is what I want you to do. And I'll just wait a little bit while you guys are trying to, it's a long command line. Let's check our spaces, okay? Because it's important. Okay, let me just make it a little bit smaller so you can see. It's a one line. And we're just gonna do it like this. Can you see it, guys? Okay. When you are collecting logs, it always helps to be inside of the application, especially when you are using the fine string, okay? And again, guys, you're gonna be having the, hold on just guys, 1 second. You're gonna be having the blinking cursor in here. Yeah, let me try time. And guys, one more thing. Sometime copy and paste is not gonna work, okay? So what I want you to understand, you try to type it manually, okay? If you just copy and paste, some command lines does not allow you to do it. So try it manually. Just put these command lines by hand. Okay, again, you see the blinking cursor, but from now on, my logs are only being collected for my application. So it's going to be the smaller log file, okay? And I'm going to Control C to stop it. How to clean logcat on Mac. One more time, I'm repeating, it's the same command line. It does not really matter if you're using Mac or you're using Windows. It's going to be adb -d logcat -c. Okay? So, let's see what we have. Okay, on line 4. This is my log. And this is something that I've been running for my particular application, okay? How many people do we have that find string command is not working? Find str is not working. Julia? But is the second command line working, Julia? Guys, syntax is very important, okay? So for Julia, what are you using there? Are you using Windows or you are using Mac? Okay, yes, for Mac, find string is not gonna work on majority of Macs, you know. So you guys use the second command line, adb -d shell, grep, and the package name. All right, got it, guys? So basically put the logcat command line into the same space where you have the bug reports. Okay, so logcat is the command line tool that is collecting the data for either the system or your application. It is different from the bug report that we were running. The way data is being collected and displayed, it is differs from get bug report. Okay, so we know how to collect bug report. Now we know how to collect logs. Okay, either from the system or from the application. Usually the students are asking, when is the good time to run logcat command? What do you think? Do we really need to start running logs when we are testing an application and everything is smooth and nice? Do you think we need this command line? Do we need to start collecting logs? No, absolutely not. We do not need to run logs as soon as we start testing the application. When, yes, absolutely, Anton, we start running logs, it's when we are having a problem with our application. Okay? How do we do it? We clean up buffer. We start logcat. Okay? The majority of problems are going to be reflected in the error logs. So this particular command line, logcat asterisk column E, is going to work. Okay. Then when we are done reproducing the problem, we stop logs. Okay. And of course, I assume you already put it in a text file and then you send it to the developers. Okay. Of course, if the developers want a comprehensive information, can I show what? Well, you have to have some bug, right? And you have to have some bug but it's just the same procedure. Okay. You start, okay, this particular command line, okay, you start collecting logs. You try to reproduce the bug that you previously found on your phone, right, with the application. You reproduce the bug, you control C it. So while your application was running the bug, you were collecting logs. What was wrong? What exactly was going on with your application and what your system or the services or whatever data is placed in a log file that were giving errors. And that was a tracking, element to see what exactly was going on with your application. And usually the warnings will, result in some failures. That's why your application is not working smoothly. So this is the way and time to collect the log files. Any questions about log files? Any questions? How to exit from ADB minus dlogcat command? My terminal is not showing anything and stop responding. Control C is usually the command line to stop logs. If your terminal it's the same. It doesn't really matter, Ekaterina, if it's the Mac or Windows. You are still using Android Studio, and Android Studio, except of setting up the path to the in a bash file, and platform tools is a little bit different procedures. Everything else is the same. Okay. Yes, the find string is a relatively new command, and you just have to watch. You know, um, maybe in the next release this find string command is gonna work, but not now. Okay, it's not us. We're smart and we know how to do it, and it's probably the guys who has to clean up, right? So anyway, this is today's exercises, and let me see if we are done with today's pretty much. So what I want you to do, guys, let's try to, for example, get the log files for our calculator, okay? Because, and open the calculators on your devices, okay? Do ADB minus D shell. We have just a couple of minutes and left. And PM list packages, right? This is how to get the package information. Packages, grab calculator, or your phone, or whatever, you know. Calculator. I'm gonna get the COM1 plus. Okay, let's just get the log files for the calculator. We're gonna exit. This is a good exercise for you as well. And then instead of find string com united, we can put the calculator. Okay, I'm gonna open my calculator, and of course, you know, this is just for exercises, and what you can do, you can first, of course, clean up the buffer, and then you can come back to the calculator. Calculator on my device. It's right here. And I'm just gonna run this calculator, add and subtract. Okay, we can do that too. We can control C it. So another thing that I want you to be clear with, let me see, show you something. So you have, for example, the file on line 5, okay? On line 5, txt. I want you to be very, very confident where to find your data, okay? So basically, I'm gonna start running it, okay? I'm gonna do something on my calculator. How to get to this directory really fast. So basically, guys, it's here, okay? Now you have to copy just this path, Control C, go to your file terminal, put it in here, but please remove the last greater sign, all right? Remove it, because if you have it, it's not gonna go through. So you are here, and here's your file. So by default, if you are not assigning the directory, your file is going to go into the platform tools. Just in case you forget or whatever it is here. So you won't be lost. And like I said, it's kind of a very far, you know, to go into the platform tools, but manually. But this is a little trick. Just copy and paste this path, okay? And copy that and go in here. I'm just showing you again, and remove the last greater sign. Okay, and you're gonna be there. That's it for today. I will be posting the homework tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me. I want you to practice ADB, how to install the application, how to get the package information, how to get the log files. This is something that you're going to be constantly doing at work. Okay? So I will see you guys on, oh my God, on Thursday. Oh my God, I will give you a little bit more homework. Okay? I don't know about Mikhail. It's a national holiday here in the United States. We're gonna be, off. I'm gonna be off. So, probably you guys have to contact him, Mikhail, and see, maybe he's gonna take the class on Monday and I'm gonna take the class on Tuesday, or it's not gonna be any class on Monday and he's gonna conduct the class on Tuesday and me on Thursday. So we will definitely be together next week, and I'm gonna ask Mikhail to make an announcement. So let us catch up with everything we have learned already. Okay, sounds good to me. Evgeny is asking how many more sessions of mobile testing session will be. So it's a total of 15 sessions with me. We are at session 5, so obviously 10 more sessions. You just guys have to, get used to me and stick with me, okay? Or I'm gonna be with you and suffer a little bit from me. But I promise you, whatever I give you guys is going to be very useful if you get into the mobile application testing industry, okay? And I really want you guys to succeed in everything. All right. So good night, everyone. It was good being with you. Enjoy your long weekend. Don't drink and drive. There's Uber always available. And for people who are not in the United States, you guys have a great weekend. Good night, everyone.